trying to get everyone's attention. So first I want to say hi. And then I want to say how about them Bulldogs? Did you guys catch that game? Yeah. Woo! Alright. Well, for those of you who don't know, my name is Jamila. I grew up going to church. I've known Jesus since I was 9 years old and decided to be a youth minister at the age of 10. I've been going to this youth group at Believingn Christian Church for 7 years now. So I don't know if you guys know this, but November is National Homelessness Awareness. And last week, from November 10th to November 18th, was Homelessness Awareness Special Events or Projects Week. So since I actually work with homeless youth and teens and kids, that's what I'm going to talk to you guys about. That and believing in God, because believing in God actually really helps a homeless person. So basically what I do is I'm currently a full-time student at Believingn Heights University, and I am the volunteer kids and teens project programs director for Branches Outreach Ministries, Inc., which is one of the missions that our church actually supports. So basically what I do is I organize programs and events for legally homeless kids and teens. I also volunteer and work with them personally at the Villa Lodge and Suites. Some of the things we do there is we have what we call our after-school snack patty wax. It's just a cute little nickname that we have, something silly to say. And also we have our zone, which some of the college students from this church volunteer and have helped with there. And the zone is on Mondays and Tuesdays. We help the kids with the homework, and then we have fun and game time, which, they seem to really enjoy that. And on Thursday nights, we have our own separate table where we all sit together and we have dinner and laugh and cut up, and then we have a Bible study where if it's your birthday, we celebrate your birthday. It's something from 90 to, we have 3-year-olds hanging out there together. Then we have our kids movie nights and we have our teen movie nights. And that's free popcorn and candy and a movie that we rent. And for the teens, we actually have dinner and a discussion. So it's a fun time. During the summer, we have our Kids Cafe program, which is free summer lunches for the kids. Now, during the school year, some of you might know that lower income kids kind of get financial help in getting lunch for school, but during the summer, they don't have that privilege. So lunch is actually a really big expense. Can I get an amen from the parents? Okay, it's ridiculous, especially like as teenagers. We don't eat, we devour almost everything in sight, and college students are just as bad, okay? So we have that for the kids during the summer, and we try to give them something to start their day, a little bit of breakfast or a snack. Sometimes the breakfast doesn't make it to breakfast, okay? Let's be for real. And then also I help organize special events like festivals or Christmas parties or our once-a-month birthday party to celebrate all the kids' birthdays of that month. I've been with BOM, or Branches Ministries, since 2001, or basically since I was 9 and a half, 10-ish. And that's because my mom started the ministry. And basically it was because I needed to obey my mom, and she wanted to teach me about serving at a really young age. So it was to honor my mom and honor the Christ that I had learned to love and in service. And I would highly encourage you guys to do that while you're young, because you can. Then as an adult, my role grew. I became an intern and then into my current role. And the best part was is that I had Christ with me even during days I didn't want to work, I didn't want to volunteer, especially like during midterms. volunteering is difficult. Needless to say, the kids have a special place in my heart. Homeless youth, youth in general, always have a special place in my heart. I love being able to talk to them and give them a place to have fun and feel confident, because a lot of them actually don't feel confident coming to church. They're really embarrassed about their home situations, and they don't know y'all like I do. That you guys are loving people who just want to welcome them in and let them know that God loves them no matter where they live or what they own or what they wear. You know, I like being able to relate to them on a personal level. So let me tell you a little bit more about homelessness. There's actually several different types of homelessness. It's not just that hobo that you see on the street with their bike, a bunch of bags, and maybe a grocery cart. There's the homeless person living on the street, like what I just mentioned, or under a bridge, things like that. There's the homeless person living with friends or family members. You know, if you don't have your name on that lease, then basically you're homeless. There's the people who live in cars, they're homeless. And then there's people like myself who live in extended stay hotels. And that's the kids that I work with. They're actually homeless. Even though they have a roof over their heads, they don't have what we call a home. According to the America's Young Outcast of 2010, Georgia's overall score out of 50 was 41. 50 being the worst score you can get for childhood homelessness. Now, in our country, that makes us part of the top 10 worst states for childhood homelessness. Now, I love Georgia. I'm a Georgia girl. That doesn't sit well with me. In Metro Atlanta, the fastest growing homeless group is 9-year-olds. Can you imagine being 9 and your biggest world is supposed to be Barbie dolls and cars and things, and you have to worry about where you're going to stay? That doesn't sit well with me. And honestly, being a hotel homeless person is one of the best gigs you can get. True, a lot of us only have things like a mini fridge and a microwave. No kitchen, no living room, no Wi-Fi, but really we're one of the more better off groups. And me personally, I have one of the better ones. I had my own bed. A lot of families, unless you have, if you have over 2 kids, you're honestly, one of you guys are going to wind up on the floor. Like, if we get these woods right here, just the 3 of you, one of you are going to wind up sleeping on the floor, doing a monthly rotation. So I was comfortable, I was happy. But then I came to a place where our family's money almost ran out and we were going to lose our room. And to me, I'm like, God, what's up with that? I serve you, I go to church, I've been a Christian since I was a child. One of my first phrases was praise Jesus. And I'm going to lose what little bit I do have. You must not exist. It's over. I mean, homelessness, I'm going from one level of homelessness to possibly the car. So at that moment, I really felt like God didn't give me my choice, my space. And that was the most lonely feeling I had ever felt. You know, it's like I told my best friend who had always been there for me to beat it. And I just really thought over my life how much God had been there for me. There was a time in my life when my family only had a box of pancakes for dinner. And if a church came in and took care of our needs. And that showed me that Christ is real, because he has his people to take care of us. He has his people to take care of the homeless. And that's what he tells us to do. That's what we did on Thursday. We took care of the homeless. You guys did. Those of you who were there, I just want to give big props to you guys. And those of you who couldn't be there, I encourage you to find a place to serve. So, I want to read to you a scripture